So today I want to be talking about routines that people use and what is the best choice for it. What is the best choice in selecting? Oh no, wait, let me start again. What is the best choice of an exercise routine and specific exercises? The best choices are always ones that mostly, that mainly fit and that best fit your individual needs. And you can discover that and reveal that through assessments, both movement assessments, strength assessments, stability assessments. There are many assessments, physical assessments, in the field of personal training, and I've been trained in those assessments through workshops for functional training, post rehab, um, kinesiology, correct, but mainly corrective exercise. What is corrective exercise? It's all any type of exercise that helps you improve a deficiency in a physical function of your body. It doesn't necessarily have to be for a specific weight exercise or a specific body, gross body movement. Gross body movement, I mean, is, like raising your knee, raising your arm. It doesn't, you have more finer joint movements inside that are very slower and just mostly have to do with keeping the joint in the proper position. Example, let's take a look at your scapula. These, it moves much slower. Hey, how you doing, Hamad? Hamad Ka. Nice to meet you. Your scapula takes a much slower time to move. It's not like the humerus, your shoulder joint, which could just explosively lift the arm, or the hip flexor. Take the hip flexor, the hip joint. It can explosively raise the knee or explosively extend the leg. Hello, hello, Hamad. Hope your afternoon is going good. So the scapula has finer joint, finer motor, finer nerve, finer nerves, finer joint movement. What I mean by that is the joint takes much longer, much more time to receive the signals from the nerves. Therefore, you have to move the joint slower so in order to enable the nerves to control the muscles that move the scapular joint. Those muscles are the serratus. Now, in order to move it slowly, first you have to be in the right position. The shoulder joint, the scapula, so the scapula flat triangular bones in the center of your back. Those have, in order to move, for those joints to move, the triangular bones in the center of your back to move, they first have to be in the correct position. They have to be flat, several things, flat against the back, and they have to be in their normal starting position, which is neutral, which is the bones will be flat against the back. They won't be tilted down. They won't be tilted back inward. They'll be in their resting anatomical, which will just simply put in their neutral position, which again is not tilted down, not tilted in, not tilted out, not tilted outward. So these triangular bones in the center of your back must be in a neutral position for them to be able to move properly and efficiently. But many times they're not, because you may have, and we all have, asymmetries in strength, one side of the body being stronger than the other, because most of us favor, you know, one arm or one arm over the other. You know, some of us could be left-handed, some of us could be right-handed, and on, let's say, the left-handed person, the muscles on the left side generally have more control and more efficiency. That that in itself could throw the alignment of the joints on the right side of the body. Therefore, you have to start with start with the very slow exercises that help correct the joints on the right side of the body. So if your shoulder joints are out of alignment, your scapula, your shoulder joints, there's something called a wall slide. Wall slide, you place your, I could do some videos on it, but the purpose of the wall slide is to train the muscles that keep your scapula in the correct position and move your scapula simultaneously. So first you have to do an assessment for the serratus, the muscles that move the scapula. So there are field tests where a person lays down on a table and they are asked to move their arm, raise their arm at a specific angle while laying face down on the table. There's things called the slap test. You're actually standing up on the slap test and you're holding your arm up, and the therapist attempts to push the arm down or up. So there are different types of assessment for the shoulder joint, for your serratus, for the muscles that support and move the shoulder joint, as well as control the movement of the big triangular bones in the center of your back. So why am I talking about these specific type of physical therapy training? Is because they should be part of all exercise. They should be every part of anybody who's embarking on an exercise routine. And it'll help you choose the type of exercises that are right for your body rather than just jumping into it. So take an exercise method, routine, like say the light dumbbell method. First thing about the light dumbbell method that's more suitable for a beginner as well as an advanced is that it is done slowly. It's not done explosively. This helps you train the joint movements and be aware, develop body awareness of the proper positions of all the joints and muscles in your body. So the light dumbbell method will enable you to learn the skill with the proper joint movements and the proper joint positions. So you take like two dumbbells, light dumbbells, and you're holding them. In one of the exercises, you're simply simulating a punching motion, but it's not done quickly, it's not done explosively, it's done slowly. you're training the proper and you are focusing on the proper joint positions and movements. In comparison, if you were to drop down on the floor and you were to do being push-ups quickly, you're not aware of the proper joint positions, and the exercise is done too quickly for the nerves in your shoulders that control the shoulder joint positions to activate. This is the difference. This is the difference between two different modes of exercise. And this is why the light dumbbell method is very advantageous, not just to the beginner, but to the advanced. This is why the light dumbbell method can be used by everyone. And it's not about gaining bigger muscles. It's not about gaining stronger muscles in the immediate sense. But in the long run, the better your joints move, the better health that the joints have in their function and in their stability, in the function, the joints having the better health will be stronger in the long run and have more potential to develop strength. This carries over into your potential to develop strength and size of your muscles. So it's not something, like the light dumbbells method, it's not something where you're going to see immediate results, of dramatic results of muscular size. It's something that takes time. You're working the function, the interior, intrinsic interior function of your nerves and your muscles and your joint control. You're never going to experience that being in a gym and rushing and getting, engrossed or carried away by the excitement. Because the whole point of exercise, I believe, is to focus inward, not outward. To gain more body awareness, more physical, more spiritual, more mental awareness. It's very, very important. So a lot of people tune in to this live and then just tune out because it may not be discussing a topic that you're interested in. You're not interested in hearing about fine motor control, about gaining better joint position and better movement through slow movements through time. You're not interested in hearing that. You want to hear about how you're going to immediately gain muscular size. But keep in mind that if you do not focus on doing the exercise right, those big muscles that you get today will be gone. They will leave you. They will be gone tomorrow. How do you think that any masters bodybuilder, people, especially people like me past 60, still have muscles? It's because I learned, just like others have learned, to do the exercise and to do the movements correctly. This is what will keep your muscles in the long run. So a lot of people may not say, what is it going to do for me? I want to be a big star. I want to be But let me tell you that a champion bodybuilder could be a champion for one day, for 1 year, a couple of years, or they could be a champion for life. Which would you choose? To be a champion 1 day, 1 year, or to be a champion for life? Because remember, nobody remembers the trophies. Nobody remembers the trophies that I won. Nobody remembers the competitions that I won. Therefore, it's important that I have consistency, that have consistency in my physical condition. It's not about yesterday, it's about moving forward. What's why it's important to have big muscles and strength today, but if tomorrow you can't have it. Because let me tell you that no one's going to take you by the hand. No one. And do you want somebody to take you by the hand and help you everywhere? Is that the future that you want for yourself? Well, if the answer is no, then you have to do exercises that help you, you move properly, to help your posture. And these exercises are done slowly with control. You have to have patience. It's very, very important. And this is what natural fitness lifestyle is all about. On practicing in a patient way, in a very, very systematic, in a correct, using correct alignment, correct technique, and so that you will have the ability to move throughout your entire life. People take movement for granted. I mean, I know when I was younger, I used to, when I used to live in New York City, I used to jump from the top of the train steps down. Why? Just to prove that I can do it. I didn't know that all that impact was slowly destroying my joints. I wasn't aware, I didn't have the knowledge of like the nerves and how they can actually cause the, you know, cause the body to shut down if they're damaged. I didn't have to, and I wasn't aware. I just didn't have the knowledge of the nerves and how important it is to protect them, and jumping down the flight of stairs just to prove that I can do it wasn't the best thing in the short run or the long run, and the damage that it does. But I was young and I was, not knowledgeable. I was ignorant. I was a heck of a lot stronger than I am now. I could lift 255 pounds over my head. But I didn't take the time out to do it in a slow, systematic way. I wanted to rush. I wanted everything today. It was a big mistake. I would be stronger right now. I'll be a lot stronger. And I'll be able to move a lot better. Because I wouldn't have all these imbalances in joint positions, which affect your movement and affect your health and your well-being. So, again, the light dumbbell method is a very sound way to train your body and a very sound way to focus and slow down, focus your technique and body positioning and your correct joint movements, your correct breathing. And that is the focus of the light dumbbell method. It's not just about developing big muscles. Anyway, I want to wrap this up by saying that there is no best methods to develop large, big muscles, because large, big muscles should be able to improve and carry over to the entire well-being of your posture, of your movement, of your health and well-being. So I want to wrap this life with that statement, and Hopefully, you reflect on that